Welcome to PLZ Soccer Show. I'm Peter Marston. Barry Ferguson's alongside me. Alan Ruff to my left-hand side. We're looking at last night's results. Look ahead to tonight's game. Might delve into English football as well. Aberdeen 1, Rangers 1. In the end, a draw didn't really suit both of them because it's going down to the wire, Barry.
Yep, I think the Aberdeen manager Neil Lennon and the players, that would have been the result they would have wanted from last night. Regarding the game, I thought Rangers actually started really well. Right up until the penalty incident, which I thought wasn't a penalty. I thought it was the coming together of two players. Two of them touched it at the same time. So I thought the referee got that one wrong. Then after Kenny McLean slotted the penalty in, I thought Aberdeen could have went on and had another couple of goals, but I think Rangers were happy getting in 1-0 down. I thought the second half Rangers showed a bit of mettle. I thought they did pretty well in the second half, but overall I think a point apiece was the correct result.
Yeah, do you agree with them, Ruffy?
I agree, it wasn't a penalty, no way, and it did knock Rangers off their stride a wee bit, as you would expect. As far as Aberdeen's concerned, it's an improvement in the other Rangers games that they've had, so I think overall I think Derek McInnes would be happy with the point just to keep their noses in front of Rangers.
Yeah. Two camps, differing views on the penalty anyway. It was one of those situations where you, as a striker, you put your foot in, you leave it open to the debate from Stephen McLean, the referee. I didn't think it was a penalty either. I thought it was rather unfortunate. Jimmy Nicholl said he could see it. The only way Jimmy Nicholl could see it from where he was standing, he must have had a monitor from the television.
He must have some eyesight.
Yeah, I was about to say, but Jimmy would have seen a monitor because that's where Sky or BT would have a monitor for the trackside reporter.
Listen, it's easy for us when we're sitting in the house watching the game. We can watch a replay right away. I thought that maybe looks like a penalty, but the second time I seen it, you could actually tell that it was a harsh penalty. Listen, but I've seen them given before. I've played in games myself. I've watched hundreds of games and seen penalties given, but for me, it's not a penalty.
Yeah, okay. Who would you rather be, Aberdeen, Hibs or Rangers now in this battle for second place? Because if Hibs can do the business tonight, suddenly Hibs know if they beat Rangers and Celtic beat Aberdeen, they've nailed it.
Well, at this moment in time, I would rather be a Hibs player because I'm knowing what I need to go and do tonight, and that's win a game of football. And then you've got Rangers coming to Easter Road, where they've got a great record of late. They're a strong team there. So if it's me, I would rather be in Hibs' position. But listen, Rangers, I like Jimmy Nicholl, what he says after the game. He's put the ball straight in the players' court and says, listen, let's see what you're made of come Sunday, because you're going to a place, as I said, a team that I really enjoy watching, a team with really good players. So I can't wait to the game on Sunday. I think it's going to be an absolute cracker, and who's got the biggest heart for me goes and wins the game.
Yeah, I mean, Ruffy, what a finish.
It is a finish, and a lot of pressure on the Hibs players tonight. A defeat tonight means they're fourth. It doesn't matter about the Rangers game. So that is the incentive they've got to do to go out and win this game. They have been impressive this year against Hearts, but I think we all know in derby games that it's on the night. Yeah, Hibs are the team on form, but I think Hearts will make it very difficult for Hibs, and I think Hibs will maybe get a draw out of this one.
Yeah, a draw?
Draw for me,
yeah. I think Hibs, actually, if it's down to football, I think Hibs will win it. If it's down to, Hearts, whatever they do, who cares what they do to the pitch, because it's their right, in my mind. But I think if Hearts want to play football, they won't win. But if they want to do something else and try and mix it up like they did against Celtic when they stopped their invincible run.
I think that's the only way Hearts are going to win if they play a long ball, they make it a physical game. I'm not saying that Hibs can't stand up to that. Hibs, to be fair, I've got centre backs that can handle long balls coming into the box, but if Hearts play like they did against Celtic, that's the only time I've seen Hearts perform this season. Then Hibs are in for a game. But if you're going in terms of who's a team on form, who's a better footballing team, for me, Aberdeen wins the game.
Yeah, okay. As far as the other games last night were concerned, it was three teams that all needed the points. In the end, Partick Thistle, Ross County and Hamilton got zilch.
Yep, I didn't fancy Hamilton to win the game against St Johnstone. They were missing a few players through injury. But listen, at the end of the day, I know they get beat, they're safe. I don't think Partick and Ross County will get the goal difference back. And I think Hamilton to stay in the Premier League for I think it's the 4th consecutive year, is a great achievement for Martin Canning. I know he's no celebrating, but I'm sure come after the game on Saturday will be.
And do you worry sometimes if you make a prediction you get it wrong? Is it something that worries you? You know, you think, oh, I wish I'd predicted that right.
Yep, listen.
You know what's coming up. I'm going to him in a minute. I'm just about to leather him.
What was that? Is that the 4th year in a row?
4 years in the trot. He's picked Hamilton. He's
Good on the old Hamilton.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you going to say for yourself, Ruffy?
No, again, I have to apologise. Year on year, you know, I picked them at the beginning of the season, and again, you know, they've done it again. I certainly won't be picking them next year. I don't care what position they're in. I don't think they will be anywhere near it next year. But again, for last night's results, it just shows you why the 3 of them are down there, because they've no form whatsoever.
Yeah.
They can't win a game. They can't win 3 points.
Yeah, we're talking about Partick Thistle game, watching that game. I know they had a few early chances, but for me, if you're Alan Archibald, the former centre-half, seen that goal when the guy's untouched in the box, a free header, he'll be disappointed in that. But that's what they've been doing all season, is losing silly goals. Listen, I bet my bottom dollar that he works ever so hard on the training ground on things like that, and then he'll see a goal going in. Bowman's got a free header. It's a hard one. He's a guy I've known a long time, and you just seen the pictures of him after the game. He looked distraught, and so would Abby.
Yeah, and over and above that, you get Ross County. Just when you think you might get a penalty in the game, they've lost a goal. They're looking for a penalty. Was it a penalty?
Not for me, no. I think there was contact, but I hate this thing that players say, oh, there was enough contact to make me go down. I don't think there was anywhere near enough contact for the player to go down. It might have been a touch in the legs, but not for me, and no way a penalty.
Yeah, I don't think there was enough contact, but listen, I've been in the position myself.
Oh, yeah,
I've
watched you.
If I feel the slightest one, and I think if you ask the vast majority of players, if they're being honest, which I'm being now, if I felt a touch, I would go down. But looking at the replays last night, it wasn't enough.
Right, okay. So Billy Mackay, if you get your act together, try and make sure there's enough contact before you get down. Simple as that. Anyway, it puts it down to the wire at the weekend. Can you see either of them winning it? Who's relegated? Who's in the playoff?
I think Ross County will be relegated. I think Partick Thistle will be in the playoff.
And do you think they'll stay up?
Yeah, I think they were. I saw them last week, and for 45 minutes I was quite impressed with them. And again last night I thought they were reasonable. I think they'll be a better standard of player whoever they come up against. So I do think they've got enough firepower out there if they can start scoring goals and start handling the pressure that goes with it. But yeah, even though they're in the playoffs, I'm quite confident they'll survive.
Okay, Barry?
Yeah, I'll agree with Ruff in terms. I think Ross County, I don't think either team will win their game.
Yeah.
Ross County going to St Johnstone, and obviously Partick going up to Dundee. I think both of them will lose. Partick going to the playoffs, and depending how they get, if I'm a Partick fan, I wouldn't want to come up against Livingston. I've seen them a few times this year.
No.
And you know what? 3-5-2, a physical team. Every one of they players on that part know their job. I think he's done a great job, Hoppy at Livy. But Partick have got enough quality for me. I don't think a number of the players have turned up enough this season. So if they do, I think they will get into the playoffs. I think they'll have enough to stay in the Premier League.
Okay, right, that's how it looks then. Hearts Hibs, we've already decided. Celtic Kilmarnock, can you see Kilmarnock?
Oh, Kilmarnock was stuffy against Rangers at the weekend, but again, you know, I think Brendan Rodgers will start using these games, you know, to give some people a break. It depends which ones he leaves out.
Yeah, no Craig Gordon, no
Craig
Edouard.
Yeah, but you would think they're still going to be comfortable to win this.
Yeah.
I don't think by much. I think Kilmarnock are a very organised side, so I would think maybe 1 or 2-0.
I don't see Celtic will win this game tonight, and then they'll win their home game against Aberdeen. I think they'll win the 2 games.
Okay, with that in mind then, you think who's finishing second?
I'll still have to go with Rangers. I'm not going to change like Ruffy changes every single week. So
no, I know exactly.
I'm going to go with. It'll come down to the game at Easter Road.
Yeah. So are you going Celtic, Rangers,
Hibernian.
Hibernian? Okay.
If
No,
Hibernian,
Aberdeen.
if
Aberdeen.
Hibernian win the game tonight, Hibernian Hibs will finish second.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. If they win it,
Yeah.
But you just
you've
says
got them
they'll
down for a draw.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just saying if they win it, they'll end up second.
Okay, Robbie. Okay, before we chuck it, I've got to get your thoughts. Monday, were you a disappointed man after hearing what Dave King had to say, Barry?
Yeah, listen, it was excitement last week with Gerrard coming in as the new manager. A lot of potential for me. I think he could be a great manager, but listen, that only time will tell.
Yeah.
And then obviously Dave King saying that there was going to be an announcement on Monday. And I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm only talking for myself, I'm thinking he's going to come out with a new investor with not just millions, but I'm talking like 20-25 million pounds. So I was disappointed when the share issue thing came out. So it's a hard one. I still believe that Steven Gerrard wouldn't have signed a contract with Rangers if he's no guaranteed funds to go and strengthen Rangers, because clearly Rangers need strengthening to go and put up a fight with Celtic next season. 6 million share issue, do I think that's going to be enough? No, I don't.
But realistically, some board members will say, okay, wait a minute, if they get 6 million, fine. There's still going to be some money from the season tickets. There's a shirt sale deal to be thrown in there.
Yep.
There might even be money from the investors who are there again.
Yep, that's exactly. They've signed a 3-year deal with Hummel, and I think it's something like £6 or £7 million a season, the deal. So if you're adding all that up together, it's looking at somewhere in the region of £15 million. But I still think we need a lot more to go and invest, because I don't think it's only 3 or 4 players we need. I think you're talking the full squad needs revamped.
Yeah.
I do think there's still some players there that will have a future, because it's impossible to get rid of every single player. It's clear that Rangers don't have the finances, and I'm sure Steven Gerrard will realise that. But he needs a fair bit of money to go and buy some players, because I know he'll go and use the loan market at his former club, Liverpool. He'll obviously use the great contacts he's got down in England, but I still think you need funds, not just transfer fees, you're talking wages as well if you're going to bring in players, because the money that the players can earn nowadays is decent money.
Yep, okay. Ruffy, listen, he put out all sorts of statements in the press in this interview that basically if they get one title it'll all fall like a house of cards. I'm not so sure that's the case. If I'm being blunt with you, he's obviously clearly banking on Celtic drawing quite a number of games, losing a few out with the games against Rangers, and is he banking on them only spending pennies in the summer?
Yeah, I think obviously whoever's fed them these facts obviously doesn't realise that the money that Martin O'Neill had was quite expensive. You know, he brought in lots of players. I think there were 6 million, weren't there? There was 3 £6 million players brought into that Celtic team.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it was turned around. That's why, because it was quality players that he brought in. I go back to what Barry's saying. I think initially, Rangers need 6 players. They need 2 centre-halves, 2 midfielders and 2 strikers, and then you can build on that. You know, there are certain players there who could fill round that, but the core of the actual team is, I think, where Rangers fall down flat, centre-halves.
What I will say, I do think, regarding Celtic's situation, I do think that they will go out and strengthen this summer.
Yeah.
So it makes it even. Rangers need to really go out and find a solution, because I think Celtic are going to go out and buy 3 or 4 players at a certain price, because you know they've got money sitting in the bank just now, and they've got another hefty cheque coming for the Champions League run. So it's important that the Rangers board and Dave King do find the resources for Steven Gerrard to go and build a competitive Rangers.
Yep, if you want to look at any manager who builds a strong team, it's all about the spine. Ruffy's mentioned it, you need a good goalkeeper. Only have to go back to Graham Souness. First thing he did, Chris Woods, Terry Butcher, and then from there, suddenly you start looking at the other supporting roles and making sure that spine of the team is top drawer. If you look at the great British sides down through the years, when they put them together, you know, Sir Matt Busby, when he built his side, he built it from the back. Brian Clough, Bob Paisley, Bill Shankly, you name it, Jock Stein, they all had the spine 100% correct, and that's how you build a strong team. Don't lose goals, and then add the flair after you built the spine. You might agree, you might disagree. Give us your thoughts at PLZ Soccer on Twitter, facebook.com/PLZ Soccer. If you want, get on the App Store, get into Google Play, download the app. It gives you all the latest news at north and south of the border, right across European football as well. You get unique video content. You can hit the video reporter on the app, send us your video message, and if we feature it on the show, we'll be sending out some prizes as the weeks and months go on. From Barry Ferguson, from Alan Ruff, and from myself, Peter Martin, thanks for joining us on The Soccer Show.